nice for you, yeah. Hold you like I know you were mine. I know it's not right to do what's right with you, yeah. Running on the edge of a night. We're unstoppable when we get too close. Impossible to let this go. These nights for you, yeah. Hold you like I know you were mine.
Electrofans, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos otra vez a estas noches de la Electro Cueva. Como ya saben, es este lugar en el cual podemos platicar con sus DJs, productores, con gente increíble alrededor del mundo y para sacarnos un poquito de ese tema de la pandemia que nos tiene pues bajoneados y todo, y qué mejor que con nueva música. Y el día de hoy estamos súper contentos, muy emocionados porque está con nosotros por acá Nicky Romero, que ustedes ya lo conocen, que es increíble su música, sus presentaciones, todo, y vamos a hablar de todo lo nuevo que está haciendo en esta pandemia. Hi Nicky, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you guys doing?
I'm really good. Thank you. It's like really late right now where you are, right? Or it's not that late?
Well, it's no, it's fine. It's 3:30, so it's like afternoon.
Okay, nice. You're in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. So you are in the background. You see the office of the studios. We're here. This is the Instigate Studios. This is where we make our music. Nice. You see our new intern here in the back of me is working really hard. Maybe he can wait for you guys.
Well, nice. That's cool. And so, Nicky, let's talk about like the first question I have to ask is: you've been working a lot this lockdown, right? You've been like playing new music, you also played on Tomorrowland, you've been doing a lot of things. How do you feel this has to, I don't know, give you anything new, this pandemic thing, give you anything like positive about?
These are really challenging times. So I think for not only for me, but for the entire world, it's constantly about adapting to the new situation and adapting to the new rules. And I really feel that even though we are very much hit by everything that's happening, there's always people, that have a worse of a situation than you do. So I try to think of the people that, don't have homes anymore, that lost their jobs. So I just try to see also the positive side of things that we still have, which is we're able to make music every day. And we, luckily for me, my family is healthy, all the friends that I have are healthy. So even though these times are really challenging, in my personal environment, things go quite well. And we make a lot of music. And I also try to review in my life, like what is important to me,
Yes.
We were having a meeting this morning with my team about how everyone was feeling because of everything what's happening. And also, I told my entire team that this is the first time in my life after 12 years of being like in a train that's constantly riding and constantly going to a new destination. And train obviously is a metaphor, not in terms of a real train, obviously exactly. With a plane. But it's like a train that never stops. So now I finally have the moment to look at my life and see what's happening and where are we? Do we need to change things and all those things? So yeah, I see it as obviously as a challenge, but also as a interesting time to see where I want to go.
Ok, that's nice. Pues bueno, por acá le preguntaba a Nicky un poquito que en esta época de pandemia, qué es lo que él ha tratado de sacar como positivo y cómo lo ha visto, y dice que pues obviamente son tiempos difíciles para todos. Él agradece que ahorita está sano él, su familia, sus amigos, y que justo platicaba en la mañana hoy con su equipo de que es un tren en el cual van y que, o sea, este tren como que no se había parado después de 12 años y ahorita le dio el tiempo como de un poquito detenerse y voltear a decir, oye, a ver, ¿qué es lo que de verdad importa ahorita? Pero pues obviamente él ha estado trabajando, está sacando música, está haciendo cosas, entonces eso es como que lo importante. Okay, Nicky, so now about talking about your music and everything you've been doing right now. So why do you choose to make this Toulouse 2020 right now?
I think for Toulouse, there were so many fans, that they were all waiting for a new version of Toulouse because it was a song that was, especially in the beginning of my career, really important. And I remember one day when I was playing, I think, EMPA Awards in Mexico, it was really insane to see that all those kids, it was a show together with Hardwell, I think 2013, maybe 14, I'm not quite sure. But there were a lot of fans, and there were all those fans wearing masks. And I remember that Toulouse was just a really big impact in the music industry, and yes. Especially for my fans. So after all these years and after standing still for a moment, I was like, maybe this is the right time to focus on a rework. And I just decided to play around with the melody a little bit. And that's why we came up with Toulouse, but it was really just because the fans were always waiting for the song to be played out. So yeah, it was just something for the fans.
It was the time. It was nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, thank you, yeah.
Ok, pues bueno, le preguntaba a Nicky Romero un poquito su música. Ahora estrenó esta nueva versión de Toulouse 2020. Entonces le preguntaba que por qué la sacó, que si había como una razón. Y dice que pues justamente a los fans les encanta esta música, les encanta esta canción. Y al inicio de su carrera fue una canción muy importante, fue un estreno muy importante. Dice que de hecho se acuerda mucho de haberla tocado en el 2013, 2014 en un evento por acá en México con Hardwell y que la gente se volvió loca y todos con las máscaras y que fue algo muy, muy padre. Entonces que justamente hizo esta entrega de la canción por sus fans. Entonces porque ellos lo estaban pidiendo. Okay, and now as we've been talking about you adapting to this new phase of the music era, so how do you think this like live streaming is gonna change the future of music?
I think the live streaming was a really good, I think, invention for especially the beginning of the lockdown, and I feel that this was the only way for us artists to dance, although I also feel that fans just really want to go to a show. So I mean, I understand, because you will physically want to be in a room, and it's the energy. It's not only about the live stream, it's not only about the music, it's also about the ambience, about the
everything
environment. Exactly.
Okay.
One second.
Yes,
Guys, kan ik hem heel even een klein beetje clean houden hier? Anders heb ik
Geen audio. Sorry. Just wanted to make sure that you can understand me. This is the office, so this is why it's a little bit busy today here, but everyone is working really hard.
That's nice.
So getting back to your what were you asking? What was the last question?
The live streaming thing.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So with the live stream, I understand that it's really challenging for for artists to reach their fans, and I think we did our best with another world stream, where we spent a lot of time in how to design and develop the environment where I was playing. And I'm not sure if you saw it, but the Nicky Romero Another World live stream for us was the most important stream.
Wow.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, you have to Google Nicky
Okay.
Romero Another World. It really looks a big shout out to the team, to Rick, to my team who worked on it, because this was really important for us. This was like a concert, really. It was like the only way to have the fans around me a little bit.
Okay, nice.
But also Tomorrowland did a really great job with doing their live stream, and I feel everyone is doing their best, Ultra, ADC, all the big festivals, to reach out to their fans. But this is really the only way to get there right now.
Exactly.
Also, I think it's a good moment to reflect on how can we reach destinations that are really hard to get by plane. Maybe we can give them an experience of being part of the show without physically being there. So again, you can look at it in a negative way, but also you can see it as maybe it's a good challenge to see how we can get to places that are not physically reachable. So yeah, live streams really help.
Yes, and actually, as you're saying right now, I wasn't able to watch the show, but now I can Google it and I can find it. So
exactly, yeah.
for a lot of people, that's super nice. Ok, le preguntaba a Nicky un poquito de cómo veía esta parte de los live streamings, cómo habían ayudado, y él dice que de hecho pues algo que ha tratado de hacer es que al fin de cuentas la gente quiere como vivir la experiencia, pero de esta manera tú puedes acceder a gente a la cual tal vez posiblemente no lo podría ver el show. Ahorita él dice que tuvo una producción muy muy padre, la cual pueden ustedes buscar en internet. De hecho ya tuve que buscar ahorita esta producción de concierto que hicieron padrísimo, porque él quería como que acercarse, y que es una producción increíble. Y de hecho también dice, por ejemplo, que Tomorrowland lo llegó a hacer. O sea, como que ahorita la idea es no nada más que sea un live stream normal, sino como meter esta experiencia de la gente, que se sientan como alrededor. Lo puedes ver de manera positiva o negativa, pero al final pues sacarle el lado de provecho es que cualquier persona alrededor del mundo que tal vez no tenga el acceso a llegar a un concierto lo puede ver de cierta manera. Entonces eso es como algo cool. Okay, now we have to talk about the voting for the DJ Mag. It's always like
there we go.
It's again,
Yes.
It's that time of the year again. So
Yes.
what do you have? Do you have any plans on doing any campaign? I don't know.
Well, it's a good question, because I wasn't sure what to do this year, really, because I feel that DJ Mag is mostly important when you can actually see your favorite artist perform. If I would have to vote for my favorite soccer player, like either Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, it doesn't matter who it is, then I still have to see them play, because otherwise I have no idea how their shape is this year.
Their performance.
They might, yeah, or maybe there might be a new player that's really good, but if there's no matches, I can have a very hard time to actually vote for someone. So that's how I feel about the DJ Mag this year. Is it's really tough to get the fans a real and easy and good comparison between the artists. And maybe also you should ask the question, do you really want to compare artists to one another? Because they all have their own like perks, and they all have their own qualities. But if in terms of what the DJ Mag is doing is measuring popularity, I think it's the best, the easiest way to do so is to have shows and to see how people react, how much do people talk about it. And that's a really difficult year in this year
right now,
because there's only live streams and there's only songs that are being put out. Also, making music can be a little bit more challenging because you don't have the people in front of you when you want to test a song. So you do everything by thinking about the last show.
Yes.
So it's a really challenging year, not only for the artist, but also for DJ Mag himself, the campaign. So I think this year is just is a different way of measuring than a normal DJ Mag year. But
Sure.
still, I'm really interested to see what's going on, and I'm thankful for either way, where I'm going to end up. And I'm thankful for all the fans that took the time to vote.
Yes, because I think that you're one of the names that is always like present there on that list. So that's cool.
That's not because of me. That's because of the people that showed their support.
Well, sure, it has to be with you because you give the best show. So it's like nice
Thank
that
you.
way. Ok, por acá,
Appreciate
no problem. Acá platicando con Nicky, le preguntaba de que cómo ve para el DJ Top Mag este año. Dice que va a ser una situación difícil porque pues por lo general tú votas a partir de los performances de los artistas y este año pues puro live stream, ¿cómo va a ser? Entonces él dice que no está seguro cuál va a ser como que la campaña o cómo se va a manejar este año, pero que a final de cuentas pues obviamente quiere ver cómo va a ser el resultado de pues lo que la gente va a votar, pero que de cierta manera no le gusta mucho que se comparen los artistas porque cada uno tiene sus ventajas, sus desventajas y es como extraño tratar de meter a todos en una misma lista y como por voto de popularidad. Entonces, que dice a ver qué tal va funcionando esto y todo. Okay, now let's talk about your recently new released alias, Monocule. Okay, so what inspired you to create it and where did it came from?
With Monocule, I feel that we decided to work on music that really inspired me. And like in the beginning, when I made records like Camorra, records like Play and Stop, like the more groovy ones. And now, because I put out so much progressive house, that I think it was a good moment to think about it like an alias, like a project name. Like Martin Garrix has Area 21 or White Ram, and Tiesto had it with many different songs. So I just, and now also with Ties for West, so I just thought it was a good moment to think of a project name where I can release songs that are not necessarily connected to Nicky Romero, but I can just do what I feel like as a person, like music that I want to make. And I was really inspired by the more deep sound. So most of the songs were coming from like a few songs that inspired me, and also working with hardware in the studio. So I used like real hardware instruments, synthesizers to get to a result. And that resulted not necessarily in the biggest hit song, but it really resulted in a project where the entire team, not only me, enjoyed to be part of. So it was just a new movement. And I with Monocule, I just want to do songs that are really close to what I want to make, and close to the heart that I want to make in the very moment, in the present moment, in the time of Corona. And maybe I'm even going to expand it, and see how I can have it communicating with Nicky Romero. Maybe one day there's going to be Nicky Romero and Monocule on one song,
Yes.
This is all opportunities. I just want to have to discover them. I have no idea how I'm going to shape it yet.
Nice. Well, it's really new, so it's going to take like form on the way.
Sometime.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Bien, pues por acá platicando con Nicky Romero sobre Monocule, que es como su nuevo alias. Dice que lo sacó porque como a varios les pasa, como que de cierta manera la línea de Nicky Romero va llevando una dirección y él quería como sacar otro tipo de música que no necesariamente está conectado con esta línea. Entonces que es un poquito una tipo de música más personal, más de cuando él empezó, más de canciones que lo inspiran y de hecho dice que usa mucho para estas canciones temas como de hardware y de cosas físicas, sintetizadores, entonces va a ser como otro estilo de música y que no sabe hacia dónde puede ir el proyecto, que tal vez en un futuro de repente Nicky Romero puede estar con Monocule y puedan fusionarse proyectos, entonces, y a fin de cuentas algo que le gusta también es que parte del equipo se vio involucrado y que a todos les gusta la producción y la creación de estas canciones nuevas, entonces creo que eso está como muy muy bueno. Okay, and now talking about new projects and new music, tomorrow you're going to be releasing Nights With You on Universal Music. So what can you tell us about this new song? What can we expect?
Well, Nights With You is definitely one of the most exciting songs that I'm part of.
Nice.
Because it's not only me that's on it. You know, we had an amazing vocalist and writer on the song, and a friend of mine that also worked on it. So it's a really a nice song and a good example of how teamwork can turn to a really good song. And I think Nights With You is the first step into the collaboration that we're doing with Universal, and more focusing on maybe on the radio industry as well, maybe on getting Nicky Romero on the map next to the club industry. I don't know, for me it's also a really challenging phase in my career where I've had some success in club music, and now I also want to expand it to like the way Zed is working, you know, with Stay and The Middle, all amazing songs, and see how I can explore that environment in music, and Universal hopefully is going to help me with that. So
Nice.
yeah, it's a new chapter. And the follow-up for Nights With You is already done also. I'm not gonna reveal the name yet, but somewhere in this entire conversation, I already dropped the name of the song. So if you're really clever.
Okay, no, I'm gonna repeat this interview a lot of times.
Yeah. So no, but it's a really fun, part of my career to be focusing on radio songs too, and at the same time also working on Monocule. So it really feels like I have a lot of freedom.
Nice, that's good, that's good. Okay, so, bueno, les voy a platicar lo que me dijo Nicky Romero acá de su música. Justamente Nights With You se estrena ahora mañana para que la escuchen. Y es esta parte como un nuevo proceso en la carrera de Nicky, porque él dice que justo lo que quiere hacer con Universal es como llegar a este punto, tal vez una audiencia diferente a la que está manejando como muy de club, ahora algo un poquito más radio. Pone ejemplos un poquito como este ambiente tipo Stay o The Middle, como de Set, como que es otra vibra. Entonces como que él quiere experimentar esta parte un poquito. Entonces dice que Nights With You tiene un proceso y un trabajo con un equipo increíble, vocales padrísimas, escritores muy muy buenos, entonces que siente que va a ser como muy padre este nuevo proceso como de entrarle a otro tipo de sector. Entonces pues ya la escucharán ahora mañana, y de hecho dice que ya tiene como el follow-up, o sea, la canción que le sigue a esa, y que de hecho la reveló por ahí en alguno de los partes que hemos estado platicándolo, entonces que si somos bastante listos por ahí, en algún punto lo agarraremos y ya sabemos el nombre de la canción. Okay, Nicky, so before we go, as we are from Mexico, I don't know, we want to know how much do you know about Mexico? Do you have like any artists that you know from here, any movie, any TV show? I don't know, when you heard the word Mexico, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, next to all the great memories that I have, I mean, the very first thing for me comes up the EMPO Awards, when I won 2 different EMPO Awards in one night. That is the biggest memory I have, and I share with all the fans there. So that's something that I want to name first. This was in Mexico City, and I think definitely the biggest accomplishment and also the most warm welcome that I've ever had. So that I want to name first, and then thinking of, it's funny because there's a singer, and her artist name is actually, that's not a joke. Her artist name is the singer without a name.
Okay.
And she made a song called Mexico, where she's actually singing about how beautiful the country is. And that song became really big here in the Netherlands. And everyone in the Netherlands knows it, but probably most of the people in Mexico don't know the song.
I don't know the song.
Yeah. Basically, she's singing, I went to Mexico. The most amazing country with the best music and the food and blah, 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 where she fell in love with. But we all think it's a big song in Mexico too. That's just translated, which is not the case. It's just a big song here. So that's something that always comes up first, you know,
Nice.
Yeah, that's really fun. It's like a Dutch tradition.
Okay, now I have homework. I'm gonna have to look for that song.
I will send it to you.
Okay, nice, please. Bueno, acá le preguntaba a Nicky que él cuando escucha la palabra México, ¿qué es lo primero que se le viene a la mente? Y dice que obviamente pues él recuerda cuando vino a los Sempo Awards y que ganó 2 Sempo Awards en una misma noche, que estuvo súper cool, y que obviamente la bienvenida tan cálida que le dimos y que todo, como el mood, el ambiente, pero que también es chistoso que hay una canción que es de The Singer Without a Name. Is that right? The Singer Without a Name? Is that
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
Actually, as we speak.
Perfect. Ok, me está mandando por acá para que veamos. Pero hay una canción que habla de México, que allá, y que se hizo muy famosa allá, pero que tal vez acá no la conocemos, yo no la conocía, y que habla de lo bonito que es México y lo padre que es México, y dice que pues allá fue un hit, y acá no lo conocemos. Entonces, qué chistoso, ya me le está pasando, de hecho, por acá, para escucharla. Ok, now I have it here. Ok,
yeah.
Perfect.
You know what she's saying? She's singing, I've got the lyrics here, the full lyrics that she's singing. I went to Mexico, the country of the love and sun. It was in the shadow of the trees that started like a fairy tale. I was in a very big fiesta and I saw a cabanero and then we danced the rumba and then everything just started to exist. Guitar music and it sounded great in the Mexican nights and then, you know, it brought for us a lot of love and, you know, it's just a really traditional Dutch song that is about Mexico, someone that traveled there. It's really
nice.
Funny. You have to play it. You have to play it when you see it. When you see the link.
I'm gonna check it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's nice. It's amazing. I didn't know the existence of this song, and I'm Mexican, so I feel really bad about it.
No, but it's sang in Dutch.
On your language, so.
It's in my language, but it's funny because it brings up a few Spanish words.
Ah, nice. Okay, like rumba.
Exactly, like rumba and fiesta, and yeah.
Nice, okay, very well. Now all here we're listening, we have homework, we're gonna check that song. Se las voy a poner por acá abajo, chavos, para que le escuchen la canción. Well, Nicky, thanks for your time, but just before closing, what is coming next? What is new for you? Do you have any plans? Well, you also told us that there is like this coming new song after Nights with You, so we know that, but any new plans?
Well, the song After Nights with You, that's the one that we are finishing up right now. It's close to done, so that is also the follow-up. Nice. Then I have also another project name. It's actually not even a name, it's more like a sound that I'm developing with, and it's more of focus also on some Dutch artists, because in the Netherlands we have a sound that's really growing really fast, just like house, and that I want to explore. Nice. So I'm working on that as well, with some really big Dutch names. Other than that, I'm trying to focus on teaching new kids making music, because next to the fact that I'm not touring now, I try to see how can I divide my time. And we are working on an international education center where we can help people how to create music and how to make EDM, and not only EDM but also work with Logic, maybe Fruity Loops, and you know, all these different platforms. Maybe just help the new generation how to make music.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a super plan. I like it.
I hope that people are gonna enjoy it as much as we do.
Yes, I'm sure. Pues bueno, por acá Nicky le preguntaba que después de la música que se viene, dice que esta canción después de Nights With You ya casi está terminada, que tiene ahí como uno que otro proyecto, que de hecho quiere trabajar en un nuevo sonido que está empezando a pegar mucho por allá y que quiere como meterse, que así como el house está como pegando muchísimo y que está creciendo muy rápido, entonces quiere como tomarlo a ver qué tal, y que también algo padre es ahora con la cuarentena pues tiene mucho tiempo así como para diferentes proyectos y quiere ahora meterse un poquito en la parte de tratar de enseñarle a la gente cómo hacer música, de hecho como a los chavos, nuevas generaciones, entonces que está trabajando en un proyecto como de un tipo como escuela en el cual la gente pueda aprender a hacer diferentes tipos de producciones musicales, entonces creo que está muy muy cool. Well, Nicky, thanks again for your time, for giving us the space to talk about your music and what you've been doing and everything. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate that.
No, well, I don't know if you can say like something to your Mexican fans right here.
Yeah, of course. Muchas gracias, and I hope to see you guys really soon.
We hope to see you soon here in Mexico again.
Yes, I hope so too.
Yes, well, thanks for everything.
Take care, guys, of course.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All of these nights with you, yeah. Hold you like I know you were mine. I know it's not right to do, it's right with you, yeah. Running on the edge of a night. We're unstoppable.